In the last video, we've seen that we have created one RAR contract with one performance obligations in it with the material and the contract price and SSP. And we've seen that entries are generated without any invoice. So when there was no invoice, it would take unbilled AR account on the debit side and then revenue on the credit side. So this entry was generated in the earlier scenario where there was a billing at the end of the contract. Now in this video, we'll see where there is a upfront billing. So first an order is created with one material, this one, and then we process that to RAR, Raiman to generate an RAR contract. Once RAR contract is generated, we will invoice the order and then process the invoice items to RAR so that we can when we run our three-step postings, the entry instead of unbilled AR account data to revenue, it will then be customer account data to deferred revenue and then revenue. But one correction is that instead of customer, the system takes receivable adjustment account because it adjusts at the customer or receivables level. So the entry will be receivable adjustment account data to deferred revenue and then revenue. We'll see how will that be done. For that, we'll create an order and then see it in the system itself. Go to SAP, create an order VA01. Give the customer. Give the material, quantity 1, amount 500. Save this order. Take the order. Now go to Raiman again. Order ID, process. This is processed. And once this is processed, okay, once you come here again, if you see there is a contract price, and since there is only one POB here, there is no allocation. All the amount is coming as an allocated amount. And then this is a time-based performance application. So if you now see the revenue schedule, it is also quite similar to what we had earlier when we did not have any invoice scenario. That is the first scenario. So what here, if you see, there is no invoice amount. Now that we have invoiced it, let us process the invoiced items, and then we'll see that this amount will get adjusted. This amount will be updated. Processed successfully. Now, if you come here and refresh, this amount column will be updated. See, if you see here, earlier here we had 0, but now since we have process invoice from Raiman to here, that amount is as well updated here. This entry will be generated once we run our three-step postings to our RAC with upfront billing. Now let us see the initial entry as well. So initial entry, when we invoice the original order, the entry will be generated like this. So it will be customer Ravi and Co account data to revenue, and this is the sales and distribution entry or operational document entry. And when it comes to RAR generates this entry. So in this entry, we can see deferred revenue account, we can see some receivable adjustments account, and then we can see 2 times revenue accounts as well. We can see that once 500 is debited and then 41.67 is credited. There are 2 entries. These entries are because of the invoice correction functionality of RAR. So what does RAR do? So based on the initial entry which is generated in operational document customer account data to sales revenue, this entry will be first reversed and then RAR will generate the entry based on the IFRS 15 guidelines. As soon as it is invoiced, it is completely taking the revenue, but this is not correct. This is not in compliance with the IFRS 15 guidelines. So the RAR first reverses this entry. So what is the entry? It is customer account data to revenue, right? So this entry will first be reversed. We'll see it in Excel. So in RAR, the whatever is entry, ST entry, let us suppose write it here, ST entry, that is customer account data revenue account. So this will be 500 and 500. This entry is already generated, but RAR is there to ensure that IFRS 15 guidelines are followed, right? So it reverses this entry. Revenue account, it will be 500, and then customer account 500. So here it is debit and here it is credit. Here it is credit and then here it is debit. So that this entry, whatever is generated in ST, will be nullified. And then apart from generating this entry, it generates this entry. The entry will be customer account data to deferred revenue and then actual revenue as per IFRS 15 or ASC 606. So here if you see, the amounts will be like this: 500, here 458.33, and then here it is 41.667. So what is RAR doing? Whatever is the entry generated in ST or at operational document level, it reverses that entry first, and then it generates the entry as per our IFRS 15 guidelines. This is based on our working, and then this is based on the RAR engine or RAR functionality. So the same accounting entry can be now found. So what is it doing? At operational document level, it was credited, but now it is debited. And then 500 at operational document level, it was debited. Now it is credited. So again, here one more thing, instead of customer, we use receivable adjustment account because we do so many adjustments like this to look like receivable adjustment account, but not the direct customer account. But I'm just mentioning here as customer account just for your better understanding. But in RAR, not customer account will be generated, but receivable adjustment account, because customers can be many more, right? Here we have Ravi and Co. There can be many more customers. We cannot create a account every time for RAR, right? Instead, we'll just be creating one receivable adjustment account and then we'll use it. But here I'm mentioning customer just for you to understand better. So what has it done? It has reversed the entry which is generated in ST by crediting the receivable account and then debiting the revenue account, and then it is generating the actual entry which is customer account to revenue account and deferred revenue account. We'll see it here. So customer account, as we've said, it will be receivable adjustment account, and instead of just generating one entry here, this has done like this: customer account or receivable adjustment account data to revenue account 41.667 and 41.667, and again it generated one more entry, that is receivable adjustment account 458.33, and then again deferred revenue account. Here also same amount. However, it is generated two entry instead of just one entry, but if you can sum up these two, it will be the same, 500. So it is generating these many entries. So don't get confused when you have these many entries, but the net entry will again be same, just like customer account data to revenue account 41.67, which is as per the schedule, and then deferred revenue 500 minus 41, which is 458.33. Now that we have seen the entry in the first month, what will be the entry in the second month? It will be simply deferred revenue account data to simply revenue account, and how much will the amount be? It would be simply 41. So 41, and this entry will continue till the 12th month, and by end of the 12th month all the balance in the deferred revenue will be 0. That is how it will be cleared. We'll see the same thing in SAP as well. So for that again we have to run our 3-step postings in our next period, which is 9th period. So we'll just take our RAC, this is our RAC, and run our 3-step postings. We will run our 3 steps again, but for the 9th period instead of 8th period, which is already complete. So we have to, here you have to give 9th period and then give the RAC, dialog mode, and then execute it. Now again, second step, which is calculation of contract asset and contract liability. This step has to be done. Once this is successfully done, it has to be in a sequential order. And then you have to give the 9th month date, not the 8th month date, because we are running it for the 9th period, which is our next period, second period. This is also all green. Now we'll go ahead with the third step. This is the one. Here you have to again change the date. Give the RAC. Posting check, dialog mode. Now the posting document 8 is generated. Go to FB03. 8. Again, if you see the net entry, the net entry is deferred revenue account debit and then revenue account credit, which is matching with our workings, right? So this will continue as we've already been telling till 12th period, and then it will stop there. Thank you.